In today's lesson, we will be discussing the importance of fairy tales. Now, to start us off, in Rumpelstiltskin, what did the maiden's father tell the king that she could spin hay into? Does anyone know? Yes, Miss Bailey. He told the king his daughter could spin hay into gold. Very good, Miss Bailey. Now, does anyone know what the compromise was that the maiden made with Rumpelstiltskin? Yes, Miss Bailey? Well, the maiden promised to give Rumpelstiltskin her firstborn child when she became queen, in exchange for turning the hay into gold.
Whoa, that's a pretty bad deal.
For the maiden. What does a weird old man want with a baby anyway?
Maybe he wanted a baby since he obviously couldn't adopt with a name like that.
Ugh, you're all missing the whole point of the story. Rumpelstiltskin took advantage of her because she needed something. The story is about the price of a bad deal. What are we willing to give up long-term for something in the future, for something short-term in the present? Don't you get it? Well put, Miss Bailey. Mr. Bailey? Mr. Bailey!
What? Where am I? 48!
Did you have a nice nap, Mr. Bailey, during my class?
Sorry, it won't happen again.
Next time, try and stay focused and awake during my class. Now, a little pop quiz for you, Mr. Bailey. In the story Sleeping Beauty, how many years did the princess sleep before being awakened by a true love's kiss?
100 years because the ground was covered in vines and stuff.
Very well. Just try to stay conscious. Now, for homework, I want you to pick one of your favorite fairy tales and write a paper about the real lesson the story is trying to teach us. Due tomorrow. Class dismissed.
Yes! Oops.
Mr. Bailey, a word. Yes, Miss Peters? Connor, there are certain behaviors I can tolerate and certain behaviors I can't. And sleeping in class is one of the behaviors I cannot tolerate. You're constantly falling asleep in class, you never pay attention, and your quiz scores are not very good. Your sister seems to be doing just fine. Try to follow her example. If this continues, I will have no choice but to have a meeting with your mother. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. Oh, I mean ma'am. I meant ma'am. Sorry.
Okay then, you may be excused. Connor, what took you so long?
Miss Peters.
Oh, well, I don't know how I'm ever going to decide which story to write about. It's too difficult to choose. Which one are you going to write your paper on?
The Boy Who Cried Wolf?
You can't choose that one. That's the most obvious one. You have to select something more challenging to impress Miss Peters. You should pick something with a message hidden deeper inside it, one that isn't so on the surface.
Fine, I'll do Sleeping Beauty.
Interesting choice. What do you think the moral of that story is?
Don't piss off your neighbors, I guess.
Be serious, Connor. That's not the moral of Sleeping Beauty.
Sure it is. If the king and queen had just invited that crazy enchantress to their daughter's party in the first place, none of that stuff would ever have happened.
They couldn't have stopped it from happening. That enchantress was evil and probably would have cursed the baby anyway. Sleeping Beauty is about trying to prevent the unpreventable. Her parents tried protecting her and had all the spinning wheels in the kingdom destroyed. She was so sheltered, she didn't even know what the danger was, and she still pricked her finger on the first spindle she ever saw.
I disagree. I've seen how upset you get when people don't invite you to places, and you usually look like you'd curse a baby too.
While there's no such thing as a wrong interpretation, I have to say that's definitely misread.
I'm just saying to be careful who you ignore. I always thought Sleeping Beauty's parents had it coming.
Oh, really? Well, what do you... I'm home!
Mom's home!
Happy birthday! I brought you both pizza.
Thanks. Oh, and by the way, is Grandma coming?
No, she said she couldn't make it, but she did get you a present. The old storybook she used to read to you when you were little. The Land of Stories.
Cool.
Wait, you mean like the fairy tales? Yep, they're all in here.
Alex!